Hello, church, and welcome to the Midweek Pastor's Update for Wednesday, January 27th, 2021. There's a few things going on. The first of which is, if you can tell by the weather behind me, or if you just happen to look out your window, it is now officially, once again, winter. The summer that we've been having for the last couple weeks is apparently over, at least for the time being. And I'm enjoying, I hope you are too, a little more winter-like weather with a little reason to get bundled up, get cozy, wear sweaters, that sort of stuff. So anyway, today a couple things I wanted to share with you. The first is, as I'm sure you are well aware, and I keep tabs on, as do our staff and church leadership, the restrictions, the stay-at-home order has been lifted in California. But while that's wonderful news and certainly a step in the right direction, it doesn't yet change some of our approach to doing in-person worship yet. Because we are still in the purple tier, we're going to remain kind of cautiously watching. We would do outside worship at this point. We'd feel comfortable with that, but in weather like this or in the typical winter weather, it's just not really that feasible. So we're still keeping our eye on things, but for the time being, we will remain in a virtual worship pattern, and I'll just keep you updated as much as I can going forward. So today, we're almost to the end of January, and we're coming up to the Lenten season. In fact, Ash Wednesday is January 17th. And this year, even though we may well not yet be meeting in person yet by Ash Wednesday or beyond, but this year I came across a wonderful idea, something I thought was a wonderful idea, that was posted on Facebook by one of my colleagues and friends, Casey Tinnen, so I want to give him credit for this. But in his church, they were doing something that was really cool and designed to get people together. So I kind of decided to kind of take it and employ it in our own setting. And so what I'm talking about is before Ash Wednesday, you're going to have an opportunity to either to swing by the church to pick up one stick like this. This is a charcoal stick. I'm going to have a bunch of these available. Just swing by, grab one or two if you're going to, you and your family. And what I'm asking you to do, and what Becca in the church school will be asking the church school families to participate to do as well, is to take a piece of paper, 8.5 by 11 piece of paper, and on it just simply draw with this charcoal stick, a stick made of ash, okay? Just draw how you're feeling. Just maybe in general or these days, or just it can be anything that reflects how you're feeling today or right now. Okay, so I just sat in the kitchen and was thinking of some different things, and just simple thing like this, where for me, it feels like I'm on a road going somewhere. It can feel a little lonely, but in some ways I feel supported by a sky and a system that is much larger than me. But I feel all sorts of things, it's not one thing. So put it to paper. It could be a portrait of yourself. It could be a picture. I don't care what it is. And if you feel comfortable, put your name on it, even if it's just your first name, because here's why. In drawing a picture that reflects where we are and how we feel, using a stick made of ash, we are attempting to acknowledge and to validate and to sanctify all it is, all that has been happening, all that's been going on in our lives, for the past year now, basically. And as we create like this, and then I'm going to ask you to submit them, so you can either bring them back to church and put them in the church mail slot, and I'll take the originals, or you can take a picture of it and either text or email it to me or to Becca Kreiner at the church. one way or another, get it to us. Originals would be best, but understanding people may not be able to get it to church. But submit your pictures one way or another, and I'm going to put them up in the at the front of the sanctuary, behind where I stand doing my recordings. And it's just going to be a way for us to be together, even when we can't be gathered together. It's a way for us to acknowledge how we're all feeling, even when a lot of us may not really know, because we haven't been able to stay in contact. So it's very simple. Okay, so I will have these ash sticks, something much like this, available within hopefully the next few days. We'll keep you posted by the church website or our church email, most likely. And then swing by the church. Or if you need to reach out and say, hey, I can't swing by the church, but maybe someone can bring one to me. We just didn't want to mail them. They're just too fragile for mailing and it wouldn't work well. So anyway, we'd love for you to participate in this. It's a simple thing, but I think it can really be profound. And as I create the worship services, starting with Ash Wednesday or Lent, the first Sunday in Lent, I'll do some close-ups. I'll feature them. I'll talk about them. I'll show you what others have submitted. And it's just a simple way of finding connection where it's been really hard in some ways to do that. So I hope you'll participate. If you have any questions, of course, send an email to the church secretary or to me directly. Love to just answer any questions you may have. You can use any type of paper. This is just regular copy style paper, but 8.5 by 11 is what I would prefer size-wise. Though if you have a different size, go for it. And if you want to do more than one, go for it. Because it's a complicated time, and it's worth taking the time to express ourselves in whatever ways we can. So I hope that this effort, designed for Ash Wednesday, is something that will kind of break something open within us that goes well beyond Ash Wednesday, and that can carry us through Lent as we seek to continue to find those avenues. Been talking about that for a while. Find those new avenues that allow us to be who we are, to be the church, to be a community of love and faith and friendship. So in that spirit, this is an opportunity. So I hope you'll avail yourselves of it. And that's all I have for today. That's what I wanted to share mostly. It's too cold out here to do a poem or something else, basically. So I'm just going to say thank you. I hope you're all well. And until we meet again, may you all be held in the peace of Christ. Amen.